Hey everybody, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is RCB, aka Rocket Catchin' Bob, and today I wanted to do like a little recap on UXIN. Today was a huge day, and I just want to kind of go through this play with you guys, just to maybe what you could learn from it and what kind of similarities it has to some other stocks that we've seen over the last couple days. So this morning pretty much started with a couple of other top gainers. UXIN wasn't really a part of the hype, but later during the morning at about 10 o'clock, this thing just took off from 2s, went all the way up to about 276. So it's fantastic to always have these in the back of your mind, knowing, hey, these things just ran. So I'm going to put it on my watch list from that point on and be ready just in case another play presents itself. So let's kind of go through what I'm looking for if I've missed this entire run-up and where I might be trying to get in at and why. So number one, you can see here it has some resistance and it broke out, pushed this 210s, and from that point on pretty much just flew, right? So that's going to be one of my supports on the way down that I'm going to be looking for to maybe buy off the dip. And then two, we have this area here, about 238 to 240s, where it kind of broke out a second time. So if you look at it more like this is the first breakout, right? It comes up here, it drags down a little bit, consolidates, it pops back up. This is your second and third, and so on, right? Now, I actually was watching this live on Twitch with the stream, saying, hey, I'm not going to chase it up. I'm not going to chase this. After you've seen this guy, like say if you come in on number 3, chances are that's going to reset at some point. It's going to go back down to that VWAP. It's like that VWAP's more like a magnet. It's going to just bring it back in. But this thing does actually try to go a 4th time. And the 5th time, it pretty much just double tops in this area. And that's just a really good indicator. Hey, this thing is going to come back down to earth. And we're going to look for a play off of maybe previous resistance levels, which now we want to assume will become support. So we actually at 240 saw this thing under VWAP and saw it was setting up around lunch. I didn't take any plays on it, but I just knew that I wanted to keep it on my list. So I kind of want to go back in time a little bit and show you yesterday where RIBT was at this time and show you some similarities here. So RIBT did the same thing from the get-go yesterday, right? Same thing, pretty much consolidated, ripped up, consolidated, ripped up, and so on. So let's just go ahead and kind of point this out to you. Number 1 is here. Number 2, 3, and so on, right? So it's very, very similar of the same pattern happening in the morning. And this is just some of the people who are playing in the last couple days kind of have this idea that they're going to see some similarities between plays. Now, there is one big difference here, but mostly it's very similar. This is a failed pattern, right, of holding previous resistance as support and then coming back down to this level. We'll call this level 1. We'll call this level 2. Now, let's head back over and look at UXIN. Pretty cool to see that it's almost the same layout, right? Except for this one holds level number 2. And because of that, it stays more bullish and stays more in the eyes of the people who are trading for the day as a day trade or something potentially they could actually run later. So this gives me a little bit more confidence that I should play this going into the end of day, or where I see volume coming in maybe after lunch or power hour. So I'm going to look a little bit further and look on the daily and see what's going on. And it looks like on the daily we have a nice little bull flag off the daily and just pops up, right? So we want to go look a little further, look a little bit deeper. Let's look at the weekly. We need to kind of find ourselves a target, a place to take some scales and position ourselves well. So we're looking at $3 psychologicals on this chart because it's a whole number. And everyone knows whole numbers are a really good psychological thing that people like to sell at and take some profits and move on from, right? We also see there's another area here at 325 where this thing has pretty much had some support to the left and then later on it had some resistance to the right. So if we look at this, it really is right about here at 325. I can't mark it exactly, it looks like 326, but we just know this area is going to be pretty hard for it to push through immediately. So we should have those two areas as targets in our mind. If you look how this stock kind of works itself out, it actually goes all the way to those levels of $3 and $3.25 exactly. So anytime you're playing a stock like UXIN or RIBT, kind of look at it like this. RIBT failed to hold that opportunity, right? And this is not the right day, but this day it came all the way down to this level. It had some support, and then that support is going to become resistance, and it comes down to the next support, bounces back up to resistance, and fails for the rest of the day. But if we look at UXIN, it's quite the opposite. We actually have something that holds its gains, holds that support, stays in play, and honestly, this thing couldn't have been more beautiful. We actually see this at 270s, and actually took a position in it right about here at 268. I actually called it over on Twitch chat. A lot of people have already left for the day because we kind of streamed it during lunch, but we were still in the Twitch chat where we usually stay through the rest of the day, that and Atlas Trading Discord. So if you're not a part of those two, make sure you are. We got a position in this area. We rode this up. We knew to scale out near the 3s. We also saw that there was an uptrend kind of forming. There was a couple of them. This one was a bit more tricky. So they had like an uptrend here that I was playing off of, and it didn't really hold. And then later, it actually kind of gets another uptrend and holds this one a bit better. So this thing actually pushes 3s, goes all the way to 325. And you guys have watched previous videos, I'm sure, so you kind of have the idea of, hey, buy the dip, risk off this previous support level. So let's look at it like this. We may have bought 274, 275 here, risk off 270s, right? Because this is your previous breakout, and ride this thing up. You want high, you see higher lows keep forming, higher lows, and it's getting closer to that resistance level. Well, you can scale into this, scale out of it, I guess I should say, close to resistance, or you can ride this up and know that when it breaks $3, we should get some volume down here, and you can scale out into it, take profits, and just be super happy because this right here, 274 to 325, that's 20%. I don't care if your account's $1,000. I don't care if your account's $100,000. That over time, compounding every single day, is going to change your life. You guys know my motto. I'm here to change lives, help educate you, help you become better traders. So if you guys don't know, I stream on twitch.tv/RocketCatchingBob every day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 until about lunchtime. If you want to come over, hang out with us, find some good plays, learn about day trading, we're your man. So really, come check us out. We'd love to have you as a student. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please leave us a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications on both Twitch and YouTube so you don't miss out on anything. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you on the next.